Hi guys, it's Sophie. So, I wanted to do a video today that's going to be a longer filming experience, which I thought could be quite fun, which is finishing all the books that I'm currently reading, because I have a bit of a pile that I've been jumping in and out of, and I really want to just clear them off so that I can focus on one book at a time. I'm quite a monogamous reader, and I think I'm being bothered a bit by having so many things on the go. So I'm going to spin you around, have a look on my bed and show you what I've got, and then we'll just read them through together. It may well take a matter of weeks or months, and that's cool. I kind of thought I'd play around with filming a longer form video. So these are the 5 books that I've started and have not yet finished. Up on my shelf over there on the top shelf, I have my new books that I haven't started anything of. But these ones are my nightstand books that are giving me a little bit of grief in my head. So Maggie Nelson's Like Love, I literally read the first essay in, and I've not got any further yet. All That She Carried, again, I think chapter 1, not got through. Grief is for People, literally only 30 pages in. Engines of Privilege, I only started the other day, and that's 18 pages in. And then Butter, I'm quite a lot of the way through. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's start with a win. So let's try and start with Grief is for People by Sloane Crosby. But I'm going to put all of these onto my nightstand, so just over there, so that I have a visual reminder that these are the ones I need to get through first. So I read a bit more of Grief is for People. I actually read it on the Kindle so I could do some knitting. And I'm on page 78. Foster is with me, being not very helpful with the reading progress, but very sweet. And I think that this one I will actually whip through really quickly now that I've kind of brought myself back into the space. It's around about 190 pages long, and I'm probably a third of the way through now. So Wick's just gone down for his next nap, so I'm going to settle in with the end of my sleeve. I've only got a few more rows left, and read some more of Grief is for People with my first baby. So it's the next day. Oh, you can see Foster, she's right by you. And I did quite well with this one yesterday, considering. So Grief is for People, I'm now on page 140 of 190. And I'm actually really enjoying it. I didn't really say what it's about, I don't think. It's about a woman who loses one of her very close friends at the same time as she loses all of her jewellery. So from costume jewellery to jewellery that she's had passed down from, the way we do as women, from all of our generations before us. So she loses all of this in a burglary. And she talks about both of those losses together. It's my first time reading Sloane Crosby, Crosley, sorry, and yeah, really enjoying it. Whit has gone down for his morning nap. Tom had him this morning because I do the nights. And yeah, I'm going to read a bit more and work on the next part of my jumper. Foster's clearly pleased to see me. I'll just show you where I am in my jumper. So I finished off one sleeve. Let's try and see if we can hold it up for you. That Foster attacking all of my wool. Oh gosh. Yeah, so I finished off one sleeve, and I cast on the other side, and I've done my short rows, and I'm just starting the actual sleeve length, and then this one will be all done soon. So I'm going to knit on that one and read at the same time. So Whit woke up almost immediately, and I've done some housey jobs and just sorted my life out a bit. And then I sat down and finished Grief is People by Sloane Crosby. I really enjoyed it. Definitely glad that I managed to push through and finish this one. I was thinking about DNFing it, just because I'd struggled to get through it and it was so short, but yeah, really enjoyed this one. Would recommend. I mostly read this one on Kindle, and the other one I have on Kindle is Butter. However, Butter is the one I've kind of been reading my way through, and I think that's part of this like reading slump. I'm enjoying it, I just, for whatever reason, I'm not gravitating back to it above other things. So like I'm watching Grey's Anatomy at the minute, I'm doing my knitting, I've been watching some documentaries on Nat Geo, so Butter for some reason hasn't been pulling me more than those things. So whilst that would be the next obvious choice to read, I'm actually not going to go with that one. What I am going to do is buy the audiobook of All That She Carried, because I think that could be a nice way to get into it, maybe when I'm doing some driving. I've got to take Whip back into hospital again today, so I'll be driving for a couple hours, so I thought that one might be a good one to start on next. Hello. So it's been a few days since we spoke. I checked Whit into hospital. I think that was the last time I spoke to you, and that was all okay, but I came back home and I got a winter sickness bug and was completely wiped out for about 4 days, and oh, that's Tom home, 2 seconds. Sorry, so Tom just came back home. Where was I? I think I was just explaining that I'd been poorly and then I had a bit of a break. And Whit's just gone down for a nap. I had a lovely morning walking around with my mum and stepdad, and we had some lunch out. Tom's just come home and Whit's having like a later nap than he normally does, and hopefully he'll be down for a couple hours. So I should have a good amount of time this afternoon to kind of read and do things. And I have been reading through, it is so coffee covered, this book, but I've been reading through All That She Carried by Tia Miles, and I'm actually a little bit further through than this because I've also got it on Audible. I'm on chapter 4 at the moment, so about a third of the way through this one, and literally coffee covered. So this was a different coffee stain, hey Boz, to the one on the back, but this morning Whit managed to knock my coffee cup all over my book, so we have more coffee everywhere. Yeah, and I've been enjoying this one, so I think what I'm going to do is sit down here for a little bit, maybe do half an hour of listening to an audiobook, and I'm knitting a tiny scarf. My mum has a snowman like as a Christmas decoration that has like a ribbon scarf, and it's not that Christmassy, so I said I'd do her a little red scarf to wrap around its neck. So I think I'm going to do half an hour of that, and then I finished my jumper whilst I was poorly, so I might maybe block that, and then I might do some editing of this, because that's one of the harder bits to do actually, is editing, because in the evening Tom and I usually have some time together. So yes, that might be what I do, but I'm going to just knit this little thing for a bit and listen to a little bit more of All That She Carried. Okay, and it's evening. I ended up listening to a fair bit All That She Carried. I'm a little bit further ahead yet again than I was. See if I can figure it out. Bear with. Yeah, so I think I'm around about here, around about page 155, and I've been listening to this one. I then went out on a lovely walk with my mum and stepdad, and we had some lunch out, which was really nice. So I haven't done anything else this afternoon. Tom and I then did just some like house jobs, some food prep for Whit, and dinner and all of those kind of things. And I'm having one of those nights where I I kind of want to do everything. So I do kind of want to listen to some more of All That She Carried. I feel like I'm on a bit of a roll. I feel like continuing at the end is a privilege for a little bit. I want to finish editing this video, which is the one before the video I'm filming, and I want to knit my sock, and I also want to knit the scarf for my mum's snowman. But I think the hardest thing to do when Wit's awake is editing. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do first, is I'm going to finish this video, get it rendering, and then I have to decide, do I want to read this one, or do I want to listen to that one and knit? Hello, I finished my jumper. I'm so happy with it. Hang on, let me see if I can show you. There you go. I think it's really cute. And yeah, Wit is just going down for a nap. Tom and I have had a nice relaxing morning with him. Gave him some blueberries and crumpets, which he loved. And I just need to tidy up in here a little bit. It's nearly midday. Plan for today is we'll have this nap, I'll get up, I'll feed him and stuff, and then I'm gonna go out solo for a little bit, which is gonna be really good fun. So I'm gonna go to a local knitting shop and coffee shop and do a little bit of Christmas shopping nearby as well. Say hi, Tom.
Hello, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so that's the plan.
Hello, how's
He
everyone
still
doing?
exists.
I do, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, so that's the plan for today, and I think probably I might do a bit of reading and knitting until he wakes up. So I ended up listening to more of All That She Carried. I am doing pretty well now. That's how far through I am. That is the end of the text of the book. And this is all acknowledgements, notes, etc. So I've done pretty well with that. I ended up, oh my god, look how coffee stained it is. Whilst I wrapped up Tom's stocking presents and some Christmas presents for people, which was actually really nice. We're still asleep, so whilst he is napping and I'm waiting for him to get up to feed him, I'm going to carry on with my sock. Here we go. Here it is. I've got another ½ inch to go of the leg, and then I'm into some shaping, which I'm excited for. For some reason I found this sock really challenging. It's obviously completely simple in terms of design, just for whatever reason. I think it's maybe the size of the needle is the smallest I've ever worked with, and so is the size of the yarn. I'm just finding it fiddly, but yeah, I'm glad I've persevered. So I'm going to carry on with this one for a little bit, and then I'll feed Wit and then head out for a little bit. So I'm just about to head out and I'm super excited. I have a few hours, I've just fed Wit, and I'm gonna go get some lunch out and go to a knitting shop and have a look at some of their knitting books, and also maybe have a look at some little Christmas gifts, because there's a little shop that I really like that's nearby, and it's just a proper treat to be able to go out by myself. So yeah, I'm gonna put my audio book of All That We Carried on and start my little drive. So I am back home. I'm having like a scrunch down to fit in, and I thought I'd show you what I got. So the first set of things is like Christmassy gifts. So I got this little pouch for my friend, and I also got her these socks with little dogs on them. I thought they were cute. They're called Doris and Dude. and I got her this little lip balm. What's it called? Wonder something. Wilder Naturals, there you go. So I got her those as a little present. I'll wrap them all up nicely individually as well. I thought that would be cute. And then I got my other friend this chocolate, which looks really yummy. So it's by Cocoa Mocha Milk Chocolate. And then I got her Wilder Naturals soap. So that's an unscented soap. But yes, so I thought those were nice little presents for some friends. And then I went into the yarn shop that I mentioned, and they gave me this bag for free, which is quite exciting. And I got, let's try and wrestle it out. I got, which issue is this? Number 12 of Lane, which is the Nordic Knit Life edition. It has sort of some articles on knitting, as well as obviously some patterns, and all the patterns are in the back half of the book, so that you can make the ones that are in there. But yeah, I've never had a copy of Lane before, but I've knitted a couple of things from their 52 weeks of series, so I thought it'd be fun to get the magazine. And I got this skein of wool. It's a really pretty, like, poppy red. It's probably what I would describe it as. I don't know what they call it. Can't see. But yes, this one is La Bien Aimée, and it is their sock weight. I'm going to make a pair of main socks with that I'll put a little picture of up. Really excited about this one. So as Wit's asleep, I think I'm going to knit a bit more of my socks. I kind of want to wrap stuff up, but I think I'm going to do that this evening when I've got a bit more time to do stuff. And I'm going to watch some YouTube. I listened to more of All That She Carried in the car as well. And I'm rocketing through that one, which is really nice. So I feel like I'm making good progress. So, Wit didn't sleep for that long. So rather than what I was planning on doing, I've ended up wrapping some more presents. Hang on, I can't really see them. Wrapping some more presents with him, and he's just gone back to sleep again now. And I think I'm going to spend some time making some paper garlands out of some leftover wrapping up paper that I have, and watch some YouTube, I think. So yeah, just kind of really feeling Christmassy this year. I think it's because it's Wit's very first Christmas, which is so exciting. So yeah, gonna make some Christmassy paper wreaths. It's been a minute. I've not read that much more. I've listened to some audiobooks. I think last time I spoke to you properly, we'd just been out to like a little place that I went to go and have coffee and get a few Christmas things, I think. I've been really busy wrapping Christmas presents. I think I've included some footage of that. And I've also been knitting this sock. I'm so close to being done. This sock has been cursed, just everything keeps going wrong with it, and it's finally about to be cast off. And I know I have another sock, but we're not even going to think about that for a minute. So I think tonight what I'm going to do is just do the sewn bind off, get the sock off the needles. And my mum asked me to knit a scarf for a Christmas decoration that she has, and she wants it twice this length, but it's totally tiny and it's double knit wool. So I think what I'm going to do is find something to watch, probably some Dimension 20, and I'm going to finish my sock and try and knit double the length of that scarf and get that done, so that then the only thing I have to do is the next sock, because I think that will feel satisfying. So yeah, I'm going to finish the sock off first so that I can say I've actually finished one of them, and then I'm going to see how far through I get with the sort of snowman scarf. So that literally took, how long did that take? 6 minutes to finish the sock. It is done. It is a sock. They always look ridiculous until they're blocked, so I will, oh, there we go. It's an actual sock. It fits. Looks okay. Yeah, so I will block it at some point and get it to its sort of best self, but it is done. So I'm going to carry on and just do this weird snowman scarf to double the length it is, because I keep asking my mum how long she wants it and she just keeps saying longer. So I think I might weave in the end, and no, actually, because I think she wanted tassels, so I'll leave it as it is. But I'm going to mark where I am with a little progress marker, and then I'm going to see how long it takes me to double its length. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Isn't how that works. Falinel's rules are really weird. But if anybody was going to inherit it, it would probably be Aylwin. You know what? I actually might look into that.
I also worked at Subway sandwiches for a little bit.
Oh, how was that?
I got fired for eating too much mayonnaise on sandwiches. I've also been a doctor.
So Wit is having a sleep and I'm knitting the second sock. Getting there, the first sock is now blocked, and I've just finished listening to All That She Carried. I can't believe how messed up this book is, but yeah, I didn't enjoy this one as much as I'd hoped I would have. I thought it was a really interesting story, I thought it was really well told. Just for whatever reason it didn't kind of propel me through it, so I had to kind of choose actively to go back to this one. So yeah, mixed kind of feelings about it, but I'm glad to have finally finished it because it's been on my currently reading pile for ages. Tom's having a nap whilst Wit has his nap, so my books are all upstairs, so I can't go straight back into the next one. But I thought I'd probably end the video at this point and kind of do part 2, just because I think it's taken me longer to read through some stuff than I kind of thought. So just as a kind of like, where are we at? I have 3 more books that are on my currently reading pile that I haven't yet started. I haven't yet started to work my way through properly. And I think I'd really like to try to get those finished by January 1st, just to try and give myself a bit of a kick up the bum, and so that when the new year starts, I can jump into some new reads. I think that would feel quite satisfying, just as a few of these ones have been on my TBR for a while, and have been on my TBR through me being poorly, and I'm kind of ready to get my way through them. So the 2 that I have that are older books on my TBR, one is Butter, which is my current Kindle read, and part of me thinks that might be the next one I read. I then have the Maggie Nelson Like Love, which is a selection of essays, which definitely for like this season of life I'm going to read one at a time rather than reading as a big block. So there's potential that I might read those maybe one each evening or something. And then the last one I have, which I started in my last vlog, and which I'm counting less as like in progress read, but I do need to keep going with it, is Engines of Privilege, which is the one about private school. And I've only picked that one up once, and it did really propel me through. So I think that one is an easier one maybe to leave toward the end of the month for when I need to kind of pick up the pace. But yeah, I just kind of feel like emptying my TBR, at least those that are in progress. I think that will be helpful for me, because I'm definitely reading a lot slower now I have WIT in my life. So we are trying to work my way through all of the books that I'm currently reading that are on my TBR, because you guys might know there was a video of mine that I made, like a attempt I made quite early on into BookTube to empty my TBR, and I think people know who've watched my videos for a while, and if you haven't and you're new, hi. But you probably know if you've watched me for a while that I keep a really light TBR, and being poorly, having had WIT, I think, and just like the realities of motherhood, so postnatal depression plus just life, has really knocked my reading pace, and I've been struggling to actually finish things. So I get very excited, I start reading things, and then I really struggle to make my way through. So it didn't really start as an attempt to do this, but now what I'm trying to do is finish all the books I'm midway through before the beginning of January, and I thought about using Vlogmas to help me do that, just going to give me a bit of a kick up the bum, and yeah, convince me to get myself in gear and get on with it. So I have 3 books that I'm currently reading. Tom is upstairs having a nap, as is WIT, so I don't actually have access to any of my books right now. There's a couple of things I could do. So Butter is a book that I'm currently reading on my Kindle. I like to have at least one book that I can read on my Kindle, partly because whilst WIT's been poorly, I tend to just chuck my Kindle in the bag, so it means that there's something always that I can read if we end up in A&E for any reason for extended periods of time. So yes, I've kind of always had one on my Kindle, and that's Butter. I'm about a third of the way through, but I am really enjoying it, and I feel like dedicating reading time to that would make it go quite fast. I also have Maggie Nelson's Like Love, which is a series of essays, which are quite heavy going, and I think I'd started reading that, gosh, was it just after I came out of hospital? I think it might have been the first book I picked up when I came out of hospital, and I was like, I am not ready for this kind of non-fiction, like this kind of weight of non-fiction. So now that I'm in a better place, I wonder whether I try and read one of those each evening, like maybe when WIT's gone to sleep, because that could be quite a nice way of doing it. The other option I have with the Maggie Nelson is, if it exists as one, I saved up before I went on maternity leave some Audible credits and then unsubscribed, just cost-wise. But so I still have 5 credits left, because I thought I would have listened to more audiobooks, but WIT's like super distractible with noises. So I could see whether Maggie Nelson's Like Love is on audio and then download that. So I've got an audio, a physical book, and a Kindle book. I'm tempted by that. I think I'm going to go investigate that, but I'll connect in with you guys next and see what I ended up doing with this little period of free time. I reckon I've got 15 to 20 minutes before WIT wakes up. So it's the same day, just a bit later on. I ended up downloading Like Love by Maggie Nelson and listened to most of the second essay that I'd already read, just because I don't think I'd like let it go into my brain. So yes, and I'm quite enjoying listening to it. I don't think I'm going to listen to any more right now. I might just finish the essay I'm on, but I just wanted to show you my sock poster. So I've just done the leg portion, I'm about to do the ankle, and just because it's a bit more involved, I think I'll watch something whilst I start to do my ankle work and do the, ow, I just got bitten by Foz. No, it's a string. And whilst I do my little back and forth, and then I might just listen to the end of it once I've got through the heel turn bit. So we've missed a whole day in the middle. We had a really grumpy day. He literally didn't sleep really for like 4 or 5 hours in the night. He did the same again last night. So I'm feeling pretty knackered. He's in his cot. I'm hoping that he might fall asleep now. He's been awake for a couple of hours and is clearly knackered. But yeah, sometimes it's hard work when they're overtired, isn't it? So I'm going to sit in here and try and get that wool there into a ball between going back and forth to comfort wit, and hopefully he might have fallen asleep by the time the ball is wound up, and if he does, I'm going to catch a bit more sleep as well. I did manage to finish my autumn socks, so I'll insert a little clip of them here. I've also been listening to one of the Maggie Nelson essays each day, and I read some of Butter yesterday. I'm going to need to go see Wit in a moment. I definitely think eating up the Maggie Nelson little bit at a time feels more achievable for me at the minute, and Butter I've been reading in the night time. Yeah, so we'll see where we get to later on today, but yeah, a bit of a blur for me. So, thanks Wit. Wit is helping. Those are the finished socks. Oh my goodness. Filming with babies it's another layer. Yeah, but they are totally finished. I'm really happy with them. I think they're cute. And I'm going to start knitting a red pair of socks next. Wit. I don't even know if I'm still filming. Are we still even filming, Wit? Yes, we are. Anyway, I'm going to start knitting my next pair of socks soon. It's midday, and I'm gonna head over to my mum's to have some lunch, which should be really nice. And yeah, Foster's here as well. She's being brave because Wit is now at the gravy stage, aren't you? Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do next. And I'm enjoying reading all the books I'm reading at the minute. Like it's such hard work. Like, I want to try and get him in without his face, but he's just like throwing himself forward to try to get to the phone. He's so funny. Anyway, we're gonna go to my mum's. We're gonna stop filming now and go do that. Hey, so this week is spinning away. It's been another like fairly intense day. Wit really didn't sleep last night. I think I just showed you my autumn socks, and I just wanted to show you that I've cast on my next pair of socks. They're doing not much of anything yet, but just as I'm showing you knitting and reading in these vlogs, here they are. So I've literally just done the cut, and you can see the little cables running up the side. It's 7:30, Wit's gone to bed. Yeah, we just kind of made our way through. I haven't yet listened to my Maggie Nelson, and I haven't read much today. I have been working my way through Butter. I think about 45% of the way through now, and I'm going to read that tonight in bed when I've done a bit of knitting. I'm going to watch some Dimension 20 Fantasy High and try and finish just the cuff of the sock.
Her church at Wolfsong.
My presidency. I'm furiously doing push-ups until the second before we go.
You guys arrive and you begin to hear the.
So it's the 19th today, and Wit's just gone to sleep. Tom's on a day off, and I really want to focus on getting through some of Butter. I am 60% thereabouts of the way through, and I'm knitting up my pair of socks for Christmas Day. So hopefully Wit's going to have a good sleep, and I'm going to try and see how far I can get through my sock and how far I can get through Butter. So it is the evening of the 21st. It is just about 11 p.m. And I thought I'd just let you know where I'm at with my reading for this vlog. So it's been a bit busier than I thought it was going to be the last few days, and I haven't vlogged as much as I thought I was going to be able to get into. I also have an admission. So I stopped reading Butter, which is what I'm going to update you on now, and I may have started reading a new book, which is very naughty, but I have, which is A Stash of One's Own. The book about knitting. I wanted to read it. It's really short, and I started that one in the night last night when I was feeding Wit, and I'm enjoying it, so I might finish that one first. Yeah, so I'm 75% of the way through Butter, so we are nearly there. I do think I'm going to finish that one before the end of the year. Maggie Nelson's Like Love, I'm struggling with. I've been listening to it, but I'm really not gelling with it particularly, so I'm torn between DNFing it or just having it be a much slower read that I read a little bit of each time. And I haven't started any of Engines of Privilege, but that's the one I feel most relaxed about winding my way through because I only just started it. So I still really do want to finish Butter. The other thing I will mention just briefly at the end of this video, just in case people are like watching them back to back, is that Wit has now been booked in for his next operation for the 27th of December. So we will do what we can throughout that period of time. My mum's going to be around to give me some support, but Tom is working, so I don't know what the next vlog is going to look like. I do kind of want to update you, and I want to get through some of these books before the year ends. Brief interlude from editing Sophie. I'd planned on splitting these videos up into 3 parts, and then I thought it was fun to release it as a single video, like trying to finish on what I'm currently reading and WIPS and stuff. So this next bit doesn't connect very well, but yeah, this is me introducing the video again for what would have been the beginning. But yeah, enjoy. Main on my list at the minute is Butter. I really want to finish Butter for the end of the year. Maggie Nelson's Like Love, hang on, is a slow burn through. I don't think I'm going to finish this one before the end of the year. And I've started a couple other things, which I'm not too worried about finishing off. So this is going to be like a Christmassy reading, knitting, baking vlog. Baking first, so we'll walk and talk. So I started making some brownies last night to make brownie pine cones, and that's what I'm aiming to do. So I did the other half while it was awake, which is why I haven't been able to show you any of it, which was just like mashing up the brownies, and then I've just put some melted chocolate on them, and they're just about to become like pine cone-ified, so I thought it'd be fun to show you what I'm up to. So I'll turn around and show you. So these are the pine cones. They are covered in chocolate, and then I'm using Cocoa Pops Chocos to make, like, this is a pretend pine cone, but to kind of make it look like that pine cone. So we are going to carry on and do that for a minute or two, and I'll show you what they look like at the end. This is going to be like a little bonus Christmas gift for some people in my family. But yeah, Wit's asleep and this bit is messy, so very quickly trying to pine cone whilst he naps. So it's late at night on the 23rd of December. I have been furiously knitting a pair of red socks that I want to wear for Christmas Day, and I finished them tonight. Phew. I've just given Wit his like dream feed, and I've sat on the floor winding up some wool for the next thing that I'm going to knit, because I want to have something to take with me to my mum's tomorrow. Going there for Christmas this year, Christmas Eve, and then Tom's parents on Boxing Day. So yes, feeling much more relaxed about it now that I've actually managed to do it. I don't know if you can kind of see this colour, but it's really nice. I like it a lot. I'm gonna go into a cardigan. So yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs now. I'm pretty tired, and I'm going to read Butter in bed on my Kindle. Hello again. It's 8 o'clock on the 27th of December. We had a lovely Christmas and Boxing Day, albeit quite busy, going to and from my mum's, Tom's parents. And Whit had another operation today, so we knew that we were waiting on that one, so it was good to have it done. Yeah, it feels a bit intense today. It's kind of that bit where he's had his pain managed well from the general anaesthesia and the pain management they give them while they're in hospital. So we'll see how he does when that wears off overnight. I'm solo tonight and tomorrow morning. So yeah, just kind of trying to do the best I can. I'm so close with butter to getting my way through. Ooh, I just dropped you. So I am this far through. I literally only have this tiny piece left to finish that one off, which is really exciting. So I'm gonna get my dinner in a second, just haven't had a chance yet, and then I think tonight I'm going to try to finish butter. And I've just finished it. I did end up really enjoying it. It's just taken a really long time to read, but yeah, I feel happy that I've finally finished butter. The only book that I haven't managed to finish is Like Love, but I'm considering DNFing it, if I'm being honest. I don't think I'm really gelling with it. I haven't tried it physically and on audiobook. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to DNF that one. So yes, that means that all of my books on my current reading pile have now been read, which is quite exciting. I feel quite proud that I've managed to work my way through all of those. I'm not counting Engines of Privilege. I'm only 15 pages in, and I'm going to pick that one up next. The others were ones that had lasted a little while. Yeah, and it feels as if it's a good time to sort of wrap up and say goodbye after the Christmas period as well. I've really enjoyed making these videos as kind of vlogs and chatting about a number of different things. I'm also thinking about whether I share my knitting more formally here. So I'd be interested in your thoughts on that down below, of this channel being a little bit more varied in what I put on and what I talk about. Yes, I hope you're all well. I hope you're having a lovely Christmas. I hope you'll have a good new year by the time you see this one. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.